The last sound she heard was the creaking of her own wheelchair. His own mother, paralyzed, defenseless, and he pushed her. Perfect crime? No witnesses? No cameras? He forgot about Zarco. Before I tell you how it all happened, you need to understand something. Zarco wasn't just a dog. German Shepherd, dark coat, eyes that seemed to see right through people. He was 6 years old when everything happened. Margaret adopted Zarco 3 months after her stroke. When the depression was so deep, she was thinking about giving up. He slept beside her bed, picked up objects that fell, opened doors, barked when she needed help. But there was something else, something no one could explain. Zarco knew when someone was lying, knew when someone had bad intentions. And every time Ethan showed up, he would growl, always. Margaret would scold him. "Zarco, that's your brother." But Zarco never stopped. His instincts never lied. And on that morning, March 15th, when Ethan rang the doorbell at exactly 8:47 a.m., Zarco knew. He knew something terrible was about to happen. Ethan Holloway, 35 years old, successful businessman. At least that's what everyone thought. $3,000 suit, imported car, Manhattan apartment. The perfect image of a successful son. But the truth? Debts, massive debts, failed investments, loans from loan sharks. He owed $2.5 million, and he had 6 months to pay, or they would kill him. His mother had $8 million in assets, properties, investments, everything he needed to start over. Just one problem. She was still alive. And her will? 70% to his brother Thomas, 25% to charities, 5% to him. An insult, a slap in the face. So he made a decision, a horrible decision. If she wouldn't give him the money while alive, he would take it after she died. And he would make sure that day came soon. For 3 weeks, Ethan planned everything. He studied the terrain, the weather patterns, the traffic schedules. Holloway Cliff, 200 meters drop, isolated, no cameras, no witnesses. The perfect place for an accident. He researched wheelchair accidents, read about investigations, learned what detectives look for. He was meticulous, calculating, cold. He chose a Tuesday, the nurse's day off. No one would be home. No one would see them leave. He would take his mother for a scenic drive, push her to the edge. One quick push, wheelchair tumbles down. Tragic accident, grieving son. No questions asked. What he didn't plan for, what he couldn't possibly plan for, was a loyal German shepherd with a heart full of love and instincts sharper than any human detective. Margaret was surprised to see Ethan. He rarely visited, maybe once a month, always rushed, always asking about money. But today he was smiling, warm, caring. "Mom, I thought I'd take you out. You haven't seen the valley in so long. Remember how Dad loved that view?" Margaret's eyes filled with tears. Her son, finally showing her love, finally acting like family. How could she say no? But Zarco blocked the doorway. He growled, low and dangerous, his body tense, ready to attack. "Zarco, stop that right now. This is your brother," Margaret scolded him. "It's okay, Mom. He's just protective." "I get it," Ethan said smoothly. Ethan helped his mother into the car, folded the wheelchair, placed it in the trunk. Professional, efficient, like he'd done it 1,000 times. What he didn't see was Zarco watching from the window. What he didn't notice was when he drove away, Zarco jumped the fence and started running. Running like his life depended on it. Because it did. Margaret's life depended on it. 15 minutes. That's how long the drive took. 15 minutes of small talk, of fake smiles, of lies wrapped in kindness. Ethan talked about the weather, about memories, about Dad. And Margaret? She soaked it all in. grateful for the attention, grateful her son finally cared. They arrived at Holloway Cliff at 9:23 a.m. The parking area was empty, just like Ethan knew it would be. He unfolded the wheelchair, helped his mother into it, covered her with a thin shawl. "Just going to wheel you closer to the view, Mom. You'll love it." And that's when something inside Margaret shifted. A feeling, a coldness that had nothing to do with the weather. She looked at her son's face, really looked, and for the first time, she saw it. The emptiness, the calculation, the absence of love. "Ethan, maybe we should go back. It's cold out here," Margaret said, her voice trembling. "Just a few more feet, Mom. You'll see." "The view is worth it," Ethan replied, his voice no longer warm. He wheeled her to the edge, right to the edge. She could see the drop, the rocks below, the river cutting through the canyon. And then he stopped, bent down, whispered in her ear, "I'm sorry, Mom, but you should have left me more. You should have treated me like Thomas. Now I get everything." And he pushed. The wheelchair shot forward, wheels spinning, spinning, spinning. Margaret's scream cut through the morning air, high, desperate, terrifying, and then silence. Ethan stood there, adjusting his suit jacket, checking his phone, like he just finished a business meeting. No emotion, no regret, just done. But what he didn't know, what he couldn't possibly know, Zarco had followed them, the entire 15 minutes, through shortcuts, through forest trails, his paws bleeding, his lungs burning, and he'd seen everything. Everything. Zarco came out of nowhere, a 45-kilogram missile of pure fury and justice. He hit Ethan like a freight train, knocked him to the ground, teeth inches from his throat, eyes wild with rage. "Get off! Get off me!" Ethan screamed, panicked. But Zarco didn't attack. He wanted to. Every instinct screamed at him to tear this man apart. But instead, he turned, ran to the edge, and started barking. Barking like his soul depended on it. If you're listening to this story and your heart is already pounding, hit that like button right now. Because what happens next, you won't believe it. And make sure you're subscribed, because stories like this, stories about loyalty, betrayal, and miracles, they don't come around every day, because something impossible had happened. The wheelchair hadn't fallen all the way down. It had caught on a dead tree, wedged in the rocks, 15 feet below the edge. And Margaret was hanging on, her hands gripping the branches, her body shaking, alive, barely, but alive. Zarco's barking echoed through the valley, loud, desperate, frantic. And on a hiking trail half a mile away, two people heard it. Sarah and Marcus Chen, tourists from California. They stopped, looked at each other. "That doesn't sound right," Sarah said. They ran toward the sound. What they saw when they arrived, they would never forget. A woman hanging off a cliff, a man on the ground, frozen in terror, and a dog, a magnificent dog, standing between them, protecting, guarding, witnessing. Marcus pulled out his phone, called 911. Sarah started recording. Everything. Ethan tried to run, tried to get to his car, but Zarco blocked him, growling, daring him to move. 20 minutes later, fire rescue arrived. They rappelled down, secured Margaret, lifted her to safety. She was bruised, bleeding, hypothermic, but alive. At the hospital, Margaret told them everything. The whisper, the push, the attempt to murder her. And Sarah's video? It showed Ethan at the edge, showed him walking away casually, showed Zarco attacking him, showed everything they needed. Ethan was arrested that same day. Attempted murder. He confessed within hours. The evidence was overwhelming. He got 25 years, no parole. And Margaret? She survived, recovered. And the first thing she did when she got home, she buried her face in Zarco's fur and whispered, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And Zarco? He let out a long, deep sigh, like he'd been holding his breath this entire time. Sometimes, the real heroes don't wear capes. They don't carry badges. Sometimes, they bark. If you believe that no pain is greater than God's promise, comment, "I believe," right now. And tell me, what city are you listening from? Because this story, it needs to be heard everywhere. Hit that subscribe button. Share this with someone who needs to hear about real loyalty, real love, real miracles. See you in the next one.